guys, welcome back to more Legacy K action. This is a little bit of an older video, one of the ones that I had cached up in my folder here while I was out of town. Managed to get this one set up today, and I apologize so much to the man on the left. I do not know your name, and I just did not have proper notes. I'm going to call you Mystery Man. I know that this guy likes to cast Omniscience. That's his favorite thing. And Andrew is on the right playing Death and Taxes today instead of his normal deck, also Sneak and Show, which the mirror, I'm interested to know more about that mirror. I don't actually know that much. I assume it's kind of wonky and is determined by who has the most forces and spell pierces. But in this matchup, we won't have any forces or spell pierces on Andrew's side. He is just going to try to put enough pressure on the combo player with like uncounterable humans as fast of a clock as he can put up, and Thalia is going to be really important here, especially because I don't think that Sneak and Show is like very wastable. The deck it is portable though. It's very portable. Looks like Andrew has topped his scry card. And we'll get this match underway. Game 1, Plains, Vile, go. He gave the thumbs up and he has a force in hand, but he says not good. Personally, I probably would have snapped off a force there. He played Plains into Vile, so it's pretty obvious that force may not be good for the rest of the game. So he leads on basic island. With no ponder there, it's going to become even harder for him to like ever cast cantrips because I'd assume that Athalia is coming soon. Alright. So I see Show and Tell, 2 forces, another land, maybe 3 forces, I'm not sure. He's got no shuffle here, so he's going to draw that 3rd copy of Force and then play... Alright. So you can get rid of 1 card. In comes a Mom, and that will not be dealt with. I mean, he doesn't have the tools game 1. Move the Vile up to 2. So the cavern on the right has named Elemental, and we have to assume that the one in the middle is on Human. I'm curious about what kind of hand Andrew kept here, because he does not have a threat, and he really needed a Thalia. So the Mystery Man will go ahead and shuffle away that one last card that he had put away with the Brainstorm. I don't see a land in his hand. He might have an island there. It's hard for me to tell. Maybe he does have island. He's also holding a Jace, that one of Jace. We'll see if he's got the land for turn 3 and the Show and Tell. I think he does. Oh, I guess he does not have. Okay, and so we see what happens when you do not force the Vile, and then later, like, there's just no targets for Force of Will anyway. Well, I mean, Andrew said that cleanup was fine, so that you can do no effects anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So, I mean, that's just, it is what it is. He said cleanup and you said okay, so the turn is over. So I guess this is screwed Andrew's rhythm up here. Personally, I mean, we're playing at casual rel. What's happening? What turn is it? Okay, so I guess we're on his own upkeep. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna make the most of the situation. We are at casual rel, so I mean, um, what's done is done, and the turn is ended. So you can't use your vial afterwards. But sometimes at casual, somebody might, um, I don't want to say get away with, but
Pass.
might just say, well, sorry, like I didn't know that the turn was going to end right there. Anyway, here's a tomb. So Mystery Man will drop himself by 2 points and throw a show and tell out there.
Show and tell.
So what have we got to show?
Okay.
He's got many force backups, but it doesn't really matter. So here's an Omniscience going against a Sarah Avenger. And we will just hard cast Grizzlebrand.
Okay.
And a Jace.
Ace, huh? All right.
I don't see any way that Death and Taxes can beat that.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. So Jace is on the stack, and he's going to Brainstorm. So now he's going to attempt to sword the Grizzlebrand, which is just going to get met with a force. He could also just respond by drawing with the Grizzlebrand. And Andrew isn't going to scoop here because he's interested in seeing what other cards come out, but he knows this list. Like, there's nothing really super unique for him to see here, I don't think. Okay, and that's enough. So that hand from Andrew was not sufficient at all for the matchup. He didn't have a Thalia. He didn't have. He wasn't like aggressively porting him down. If he can start with an early Ether Vial, land a Thalia, start beating in, and port the guy's mana every turn, it's going to be very hard for Show and Tell to win. Also, was that a Stifle? Yeah, he's got a Stifle in hand. That's interesting.
Keep.
And that's a 7 keep.
Uh,
7 keep with no Vial, no Mom.
okay.
The Stifle is a little awkward here. Like, what do we stifle? We can stifle a Caracas activation, a Port activation, a Wasteland, which I'd sort of be inclined to try to induce like early, like play Volcanic Island, leave it unprotected, and then get him with the Stifle. It also does more minor things like stopping Stoneforge and a Batterskull. I don't think that those are very important.
Human.
There's Cavern on Human, and here should be a Thalia.
Pass.
She's right on time. I think Mystery Man again has a Jace in hand. That one of Jace, I'm not sure I like it. I think the one of belongs in the sideboard personally, but you know, it's not a bad card.
Go.
Okay, so now everything costs too much. Let's get in there.
Roll it.
All right, so now we've got a choice to make. Andrew has some good advantages with the Sanctum Prelate in this matchup because he plays the deck. The 2 decks that he owns and plays are Sneak and Show and Death and Taxes, so I think he understands fully what kind of sideboard cards to expect. Yeah, here's a judge call. He's like, hey, can I, like, what happens with this card? What does it do? Or maybe, what sort of things can I respond to with this? Oh no, I know exactly what he's asking. Is there a trigger that happens that becomes the number? And that is not the case. Alright, so Prelate comes down and he blocks off Show and Tell. And now I think the Mystery Man is kind of... Now he's forced into casting a 2-mana end of turn Brainstorm, which is pretty gross. And Sanctum Prelate also happening to be a 2-2, which seems way too strong to me. Um, this is a pretty fast clock already. There, yeah, that's what we like to see. And there's a show and tell that's uncastable, an ancient tomb, and a what is that? Is that like sapphire charm or something? You know what, guys? I think that Andrew came to this conclusion much faster than I did. I apologize. This is definitely not Sneak and Show. This is Omni Show, and we uh, we named Sneak Attack with a Revoker in game one that was never going to hit anything. I'm pretty sure, and now we understand why there have been no volcanics. Yeah, this is Mono Blue Omni Show. So we'll knock the player down to 12. Perfect 3 turns remaining. Now, what what else does Sanctum Prelate turn off here? He turns off pieces of the puzzle, show and tell, no, not defense grid. What else? I'm trying to think if there's any sideboard cards. It turns off wipe away. Yeah, I think he was going to name 3 regardless because it's going to turn off show and tell, right? But turning off of a wipe away, which might have gotten him, seems pretty good here. I don't know if there's many other 3 drops that would deal with the board here. Yeah, he's going to aggressively brainstorm here because he needs to find an answer. I think that the board is kind of too hard for him to deal with at this point, and he's flailing along here. Yeah. Andrew has a choice of killing this Jace here. I would advise against it. Like, I don't think he's doing anything. Oh wait, yes he is. If you don't kill the Jace, what's the likelihood of Jace bouncing Sanctum Prelate and then casting Show and Tell right then? Yeah, actually, you have to kill the Jace. So that's my bad. So Jace draws a turn, and we've got 1 Ancient Tomb activation and 6 damage left in this game. The board is getting even better.
Non.
Creatures can still be cast. I think I've definitely done that before too. I've been like, I thought all 3s were turned off. Wait, what the heck? Why are you still? What's happening? Why is this card so good? I'm curious to know what that last card was. I really want to know. Alright, so we concede here. Never mind. Oh my god, I've fucked up so bad, you guys. He just skipped across 3 volcanic islands while searching through his deck. Should I leave this how it's been? I'm just gonna slowly change the names tab in Premiere back to show and tell and just whatever, man. This hand is land, show and tell, omniscience, force of will, and a sneak attack. It seems pretty bomb. And Andrew will maul. That's an easy keep. It does not have a soul land though, so I don't see a way for a turn 2 show. But when you're on the play, I'm not sure what combination of cards Andrew could put together to actually stop this Omniscience coming down on turn 3. And the sad thing about the, like, trying to Caracas out the show and tell deck is that when they're actually playing Omniscience, it's much harder. They can just repeatedly cast whatever they need. Show and tell with when they have a Grizzlebrand and you have a Caracas seems like kind of okay. But when they show in an Omniscience against you, then it's time to just, well, it's time to just stand up away from the table. Probably like leave your deck there on the table, and then just like walk out into the sunset. This seems shifty. This seems like that's got to be a stifle. He fetches duel, doesn't play anything and go. That seems shifty, man. I don't see a card better than Thalia here, so hopefully he's got it. Okay. Did he? No, no, man. He didn't have his third land. This is insane. So he's missed a land drop, and Thalia is going to add a mana on top of everything. So maybe little Thalia is going to get there. I advise against the Wasteland. It looks good, but it can't be. There's no way. Because of his play pattern on the first turn, I have him pegged on Stifle, 100%. And I think you have to force this. Oh my god. Okay, so now the shows are turned off. I wonder if he's in on like the Pyroclasm plan. So maybe 2-mana Lightning Bolt that's protected by Mom. I think he's now in the Death and Taxes chokehold. He's strangled. And if he ever goes to cast anything, he's going to get his Volcanic wasted. I don't know why we fetched that way. If we didn't plan on casting anything, oh my god. If we didn't plan on casting anything, I don't see why we turn 1 fetched. I don't even see a Stifle in his hand, so maybe he could have gotten straight up wasted and killed. Yeah, the game would be over. Maybe Andrew will go for it. He's gonna go for it. And nothing's gonna happen. Oh my god. Okay, well, I don't want to celebrate too early, but it looks like Andrew has taken down another unsuspecting foe. That card was forcible, and I don't know. I have some complaints about the decisions that the show and tell player has made this match. It's not to say that I would have done any better, but I feel like there are many times when you have to use a subpar Force of Will against this deck because Force isn't always going to do anything. He's not using his mana, he's not using his cards, he's going to discard, etc., etc. Draws the Valk, but still can't afford to cast anything. He's just floundering a little bit. I believe, does he have just one more turn here where he could drop an Omniscience if... But how? He doesn't have that much life to work with. Maybe he has to draw 2 lands. He has to draw like Soul Land and then Valk again in order to get a sneak attack in. The choice to waste was definitely good. Even if it gets stifled, you have to go for it because it's too hard now for the guy to win. He drew the land. This puts us to 8. If we're dead to the batter skull. I don't see a combination of cards. Yeah, just so. All right. Well done, Andrew.